Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about King David and his servants were slaying giants. King David and his servants were slaying giants. Okay? And along with his brother. Okay? So I'm going to talk about how this is a thing. And the reason why I'm talking about it because I just listened to a video a while back where this woman said that her mother was, she said she grew up in a Christian household where her mother was Christian, but yet she didn't believe in giants. And I'm like, how can that be? How can you say you're Christian, don't believe in the Bible that it speaks, that is Christian, right? So you got to watch people like that, They say they Christian, but they don't believe what God's speaking. You got to believe what God's speaking if you're going to be Christian. Can't go out here saying, I don't believe what God say, yet you want to be Christian. Okay? But let alone, her mother found out they are real. Okay? Found out they were real. And still are. Right? So you gotta heed to the truth. Okay? You can't go out here serving a lie saying you're Christian. Okay? I'm just going to put it out there for the people that are doing that. If the shoe fits. Because there's a lot of these people out here saying, I'm Christian, I'm Christian, I'm Christian, I'm Christian, I'm Christian. And they're not really Christian. They're not heeding to what the Bible's speaking. They're not being obedient to what God say in the word. And don't believe in his living word fully. Yet they just saying they Christian for just to say it that they are and knowing they ain't. Okay? So I just want to put it out there. I caught many people like that saying they Christian and ain't, right? So I want to put it out here to say that these giants are real and there was a stink battle. How can I say it? A Pacific battle, I would say. A specific battle battling with the Philistines, between the Philistines and Israel. Okay? So I'm going to preach on it because this is a thing, right? And pastors don't pretty much preach on it in depth when they talk about the Philistines and Israel with King David and his servants fighting the giants. You will hear him say David fought at Goliath, which is true. But his servants also did the same. So I'm going to pretty much preach on it, okay? Moreover, the Philistines had yet war again with Israel. And David went down and his servants with him and fought against the Philistines, and David waxed faint. And Isha-bebanob, which was of the sons of the giant, the weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight, he being girded with a new sword, thought to have slain David. Okay. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, succored him, and smote the Philistine and killed him. Then the men of David sware unto him, saying, Thou shalt go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench not the light of Israel. So Abishai protected David. Okay. And it came to pass after this, and there was again a battle with the Philistines at Gob. Then Sibachai, the Hishitite, slew Saph, okay, which was one of the sons of the giant. Okay. And there was again battle in Gob with the Philistines, where Elhanan, the son of Jerigam, a Bethlehemite, slew the brother of Goliath, the Gittite, the staff of whose spear was like weaver's beam. Okay. And there was yet a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature, that had on every hand 6 fingers. Okay, we usually have 5, right? 6 fingers, and on every foot 6 toes, 4 and 20 in number. And it was also born to the giant. And when he defied Israel, John the son of Shimea, the brother of David, slew him. So Jonathan slew this big giant that had 6 fingers and 6 toes. Okay. These 4 were born to the giant in Gath. Okay. And fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. So these 4 were born to the giant in Gath. So it was and there was yet a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature that Okay. And when he defied Israel, John the son of Shema and the brother of David slew him, born to the giant in Gath. So I think that's this giant that John then slew, which is King David's brother, probably slew the other giants that were born to this giant here. Okay. So as you can see, they were slaying these giants. They were slaying them like they was, because these giants were evil. So you know, if these things are written in the Bible, and that the prophets of the Lord and the servants of King David were slaying these people, slaying these giants, you know it exists, right? But you have people that don't want to admit that this does exist. They don't want to admit that, okay? Yeah, they'll say, well, a lot of them heard people say, oh, this stuff ain't written in the Bible, or this stuff is not written. And it is. But the way they write it, you know, the way they write it to where they battling them. Okay? They battling them in God. So I just wanted to touch on that because, you know, you have people out here that don't believe that this stuff is written. And I just wanted to show that it is. Okay? So giants were slayed by the prophets of God and the servants of King David. And yeah, you had King Saul slaying, I think he was slaying witches at one point, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he was slaying witches. King David was slaying giants. You know, evil and wickedness shall be slayed, you know. And that's how it is when it comes to the people of God. They don't like wickedness in the world. They don't like evilness that go against the Father in heaven. So a lot of it was battles. That's why I say this is a spiritual war here. Spiritual war. We in a battle between righteousness and evilness, wickedness and righteousness. Okay. So people, I want you to serve this word here. Jesus Christ, the only God to be served. And yes, this stuff is written in the word. You have to read on it. Okay? People, serve this word here. Jesus Christ is God.